Lesson number 3, second to the last. It's not about working hard, but also working smart, I realized in the show. It's not about going to the office at 7 o'clock in the morning. So maybe you can check your parents or your friends who here knows someone who goes to work at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning and goes home at 11 p.m. believing that they deserve to be the best employee of the year. Anyone? Now, there's nothing wrong with this. But if you're working for 14 hours a day and someone else in the same department floor can do the same job with the same amount of quality or even better for only 4 hours, you're working hard, the other person's working smart. And at the end of the day, I will promote the person who works smart because that means she can finish the time earlier so she can sleep, she can travel the world, she can spend more time for her family, and when she goes back to the corporate world, she's even more energized to get that job done. What is working smart? Working smart means that you're not intimidated to use technology. Working smart means delegating tasks to your teammates because you believe that they can get the job done, believing that you're not the only person in the world who can get the job done. A lot of people are nodding, I can see, because as leaders of your groups, I hate leaders who micromanage their teammates, thinking that their way is the only way of getting things done. I hate teachers who impose book reports with only a specific font size, font color, or margins, which I disagree because there are many ways of doing a book report. And in the 21st century, you have to allow people to thrive with creativity by using their own styles, right? Unfortunately, we can't say that to our teachers. But I'm just ranting. So here's my story in The Apprentice, and here's me with the other contestants of the show. Here's a tip if you want to join a reality TV show. You have to cook your own food, you have to do your own laundry, you have to do your own household chores, and yet you cannot get out of the apartment because you're going to be locked in one place. I realized that working smart means not only focusing on what happens in the boardroom in front of the camera. Working smart also means attending to the nuances that happens behind the camera that might irritate you and end up ruining your day, such as your hair, your clothes, your appearance, etc. And in The Apprentice Asia, the producers only gave us one iron and one ironing board. You may ask why. That's because they want tension and drama to happen among the contestants. And more drama means more entertainment. It's better ratings for the show. But I knew that this well because the other countries suffered the same issue. So I brought my own magic weapon, and that is a steam iron. I brought my steam iron because every time there was problem with the lights and the camera, I was the only contestant who was already fixing his clothes, ready for the next day. The next morning, I was sipping my hot mug of coffee, the only guy enjoying his own piece of zen, while the others are cramming and trying to strategize how to kick out Alex or Andrea in the competition. I work smarter. These are the beautiful ladies of The Apprentice Asia, and by the 8th episode, I realized that the winner of this show is not going to be the most intelligent guy. The winner of this show is that guy who had the most nutritious breakfast, the most amount of sleep, the most amount of stamina to run from building to building. It's not only what happens in front of the camera, it's also what happens behind the camera. So by the 9th episode, I started to take my artificial strength because I was really getting drained. And I brought extra jaws. Now, I'm not here, I want to disclaim, I'm not here to endorse the brand, neither am I here to say that the secret to success is overdosing yourself with extra jaws. By the 8th episode, I felt that I really needed to get some extra strength. And so every time the producers would say, all right, contestants, you have to prepare for the next 2 hours, please prepare, I would go hide in a cubicle, put my mineral water bottle with extra jaws, and secretly drink it so that the other contestants will not ask for me. And after 2 hours, I was the only contestant who was like high on caffeine and B6 and B12. And I really can attest to this. The secret for me to winning is getting that extra energy at the end of the day. Now, why am I sharing all these things? I'm sharing it because most of us, as young as we are, have this tendency that the moment we are given a task, we get so excited, become so trigger happy to jump into it without even asking questions such as, why am I doing this? Am I supposed to be doing this? Is this the only way of doing this? Or is there even a better way of doing it in the first place? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you get it done. If someone else did it better than you, you lose. and the other person wins. I love this quote from Peter Drucker, and he says, "There is nothing quite so useless as doing with great efficiency something that should not be done at all." I don't care if you've made the most animated PowerPoint presentation for your report. If it's not what your teacher was looking for because you did not look at the brief, everything is irrelevant. I don't care if you have the most amazing slides for your client. If it's not what the client was looking for, that entire slide is also irrelevant. So please work smart. And let's not have a culture that the number of hours you strike means hard work. For all I know, you've been only YouTubing or Facebooking that entire time. It's all about the quality of the effort that you put as well.